Guys, our guest takes storytelling to a whole new level. You have heard her as the live announcer for the Oscars, the People's Choice Awards, the Producers Guild Awards, and so many other things. You've heard her on the major networks and CNN and ESPN in promos. She is also the artistic director of the Word Theater and a sought-after voiceover coach. We are so excited to get buzzed with the lovely and fabulous Cedering Fox.
Woo!
Can't beat that for an introduction.
Right? You need to carry her in your pocket.
Introduction?
Introduction.
That's
We
right.
got the crowd screaming. You hear that?
I do.
She only
Cedering
works in
Fox.
live settings.
I always tell Cedering
Times like this, we wish we had a studio audience, but we don't.
that her name sounds like a rock band, doesn't it? Cedering Fox, live. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to VO Buzz Weekly.
So nice.
So glad that
do
you're
I,
here.
do I
Thank you
kiss
for
the
being
ring,
here.
Chuck?
You don't. No, you don't have to. Not
kiss the
everybody
ring?
has to kiss the ring.
Maybe later.
Maybe
It's
later.
very-
But you could look at
I
it,
do feel like
feel
a
it.
star, just touching it, just touching.
He's
the
obsessed
star.
with the stars. He likes the
Star.
stars. Yes.
Well, let's get right to it. I want to know something, and the cool thing is that I love when we don't know. Well, she knows everything about you.
Oh.
I, on the other hand, I like to live on the edge. What did you do before voiceover, and how did you get into voiceover?
BV, before voiceover.
Before voiceover,
Exactly.
BV.
Many centuries ago,
She's gonna.
I was born in a foreign land. Actually, I started acting when I was very young in New York. When I was about 6 years old, I think my parents took me to see my first Broadway play. And I knew then that I wanted to act, and I started acting and dancing then. And went to an incredible performing arts camp when I was 11 and 12 that completely changed my life.
Wow.
And I was the youngest person there. I was 11 the first year, and it was kids up till 18. But I always had this incredibly low voice. And when I was 2, I had this incredibly low voice.
Oh, wow.
So it was an all-girls camp. So, of course, I got the parts of all the boys, right?
Yeah.
So I was there doing Threepenny Opera, Tiger Brown. They'll chop them to bits because they like their hamburgers raw. And the director took a real shine to me. And he was somebody who, in addition to being the drama director at this camp, was directing a whole cast. He had a whole cast of actors up in Massachusetts that summer to do an adaptation of a Kurt Vonnegut book. And so he took a shine to me and let me sort of hang around. And when I left that summer, he gave me a copy of Herman Hesse's Damien. And he said, they all called me Foxy. May you get where you are going. May you know where that is. Always.
Wow.
And he signed his name, Myron.
That's nice.
And I just, that kept the spark going, and acting and dancing. You were a dancer, and I think dancing has a lot to do with voiceover.
Yep.
Because rhythm, music,
yeah.
music. You're a musician.
Yep.
You're a dancer. I danced every summer intensely, 8 hours a day.
Yep.
Went off to college, was kind of the star actress there. Went off to graduate school at NYU Tisch School of the Arts, and really loved the voice coach who came in, who was a very, very esteemed voice coach. That we were doing Shakespeare and things like that. And when I got out, I fell immediately into great acting gigs. I was at the Williamstown Theater Festival. I was on Broadway within a year of graduating from the MFA program at Tisch. And at the same time, I was kind of discovered by the vice president of Saatchi and Saatchi Advertising, who
You
heard
were
me.
discovered.
I was actually, it was like sitting at Schwab's drinking a soda, and then the guy heard me, and I was at a party, and he said, "Where'd you get that voice?" And I said, I was born with it. It was kind of the family joke that I would be this 2-year-old come out and go, "Hello," and everybody would like
Look for the ventriloquist.
what?